Okay, something happened that was so funny and put me in a really good mood. I don't, it's just funny. It's just funny. I'm just gonna compose myself because I was trying to do a video and then I was interrupted, and it was charming. It really was. I don't know. It was a little weird though. So what I'm making is witch's black salt. Now everybody has their black salt videos, and I celebrate you all, but I have my own way, just a little bit different. And maybe you can get something from that, and maybe you won't. So I have this theory that different ingredients actually make a difference in what you're putting into the salt. It's starting to rain. Okay, so what I have here today is some mortar and pestle. Mortar and pestle. It's one of those words I have a hard time saying. I don't want to say mortal. Mortal and pestle. Mortar and pestle. So anyway, we're going to put some coal. Not charcoal. Charcoal is great, particularly when you get one of these charcoal blocks that have the saltpeter in it that you use for making incense. That extra saltpeter makes a big difference. It's not what I'm doing today. This is coal that I pick up off the ground in my neighborhood. Not a big deal. Not for me. You might not have this where you live, and that's okay. You can use other ingredients. But this will be a little bit different because, can you hear the rain? Okay. It will be a little bit different because coal is made up of the dead plant matter from millions of years ago. On top of that, you know, in common with all of these like charcoal ashes, all these burned things, they all are made up of carbon, which is the element that is made up all of life on Earth. But not only that, it is the component that is made up of a dying star. So we're all stardust. This is stardust. It's one way to look at it. It represents death in a way, because all these black coal, carbon, that's why there's things called carbon emissions. You know, your crude oil's full of carbon. I love this rain. This is fantastic. So I'm just going to pop this in here. Whoa, I don't want to break that. I can hold on to it though. This is fabulous. I love it. I'm going to grind up my coal. The last one I made was made with one of the charcoal discs with the saltpeter in it that helps it to light. This is anthracite coal in Pennsylvania. I believe in like the South they have lignite coal. Now the leftover dragon's blood that is in the bottom of this is going to be cleaned out, and because I would probably use salt anyway to clean out my mortar and pestle after I have made something, it's like killing two birds with one stone, to be honest. The next one I select should be way softer, I think. What, maybe this one. Or this one. There's a bug out here. This is looking a bit like shale. I don't know if this is really coal. It's got coal in it. I think I'm going to stick with what's in here and just make a small batch to start with and then gradually build up to filling this Bubba right here. I'm going to call him Bubba, actually. Bubba. Alas, poor Bubba. I knew you. Bubba. I totally messed that up. Really messed that up. It verged on being funny and then wasn't. Jesus. Drip, drip, drip off of the awning here. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. It's my favorite weather. A little bit of rain. Favorite weather. I think people are insane to be out in the hot sun, to be honest. It's October and it's still pretty warm. Look, I mean, it's hot out here. Okay, that's enough of burning that. Okay, now I'm going to be adding some salt. You can add any kind of salt you want. My favorite salt is Celtic sea salt, but I don't have very much of it right now. So I'm going to be wasteful with my pink Himalayan salt. It's a goodly amount. Not too much. I might actually throw this charcoal in there too, just to blacken it up a bit. Oopsie daisy. Right there. Drain, 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 drain. I should have used fine grain salt, because that's what I wanted to begin with. Fucking fine grain salt. This will be fun then. You'll see, you'll see. I've never done it with this particular salt before, because I think this one was Celtic sea salt. The next time I will use that instead, because it's already not behaving the way I want it to. I'm gonna have to sit here and grind. Oh, freaking day. Because the point is to get it kind of powdery. Even though I started with very rocky salt here. But another component of my witch's black salt is that I use water to bind the carbon to the salt. So I'm going to bless some salt, I'm going to bless some water. And my method of blessing water, because I don't have any spring water, I haven't been down to the waterfall in a little bit. It did rain just now. So a few drops of rain could be used in this as well. Because you're not using very much water. You're actually just going to sprinkle it in there. You're not going to make a big slushy mess with it. You want the carbon to stick to the salt. You want it to be a little damp like sand at the beach. Hey, have some rain. So I'm going to use silver. to bless this water. Now this, other than in demonstration, having been ground very finely, I begin to add the water and I continue to grind it, continue to mix it, adding a little water until it gets that sandy, wet sand consistency, and the salt grains and the carbon grains, you can't tell them apart. They're mixed together very finely. And as the mixture dries, it will begin to crystallize and form little salt bits just like this. Instead of, there are perfectly good uses for going out and getting the volcanic black salt, especially if you were going to eat it. If you were going to make food and you wanted to put black salt in food, and you didn't mind if it tasted a little sulfury, thunder, do you hear that? Yay! Little lightning going into my black salt. Today, I'm just having a good time. And so we are right at 12 minutes. And I've fully explained the black salt to you. So, I'm going to get set up for another video. And I'll talk to you later. Take care, bye.